Chiranjeevi are permanent lived beings in Hinduism who are to remain alive through this Kalyug until the next Satyug. The term is a combination of Chiram or permanent and Jeevi or lived. At the end of last Kalpa, a demon attempted to become immortal by swallowing the Vedas as they escaped from the mouth of Brahma. The scripture was retrieved by the first avatar of Vishnu, Matsya. Incarnations of Vishnu also later fought and killed two other asuras, Hiranyakashipu and Ravana, who tried to become immortal by worshipping Shiva. In Hinduism, immortal does not mean eternal, as all physical bodies are foretold to become immaterial at the end of time along with Brahma himself. Puranas, the Mahabharata and Ramayana, describe 8 long lived personalities in the Hindu pantheon. They existed in the past ages, Satyayug, Tretayug, and Dwaparyug, and are alive today in our current Kalyug. The Chiranjeevi are as follows. The first Chiranjeevi on the list is Markandeya. Mrikandu Rishi and his wife Marudmati worshipped Shiva and sought from him the boon of begetting a son. As a result, he was given the choice of either a gifted son but with a short life on earth or a child of low intelligence but with a long life. Mrikandu Rishi chose the former and was blessed with Markandeya, an ordinary son destined to die at the age of 12. Markandeya grew up to be a great devotee of Shiva, and on the day of his destined death, he continued his worship of Shiva in his form of Shivalingam. The messengers of Yama, the god of death, were unable to take away his life because of his great devotion and continual worship of Shiva. Yama then came in person to take away Markandeya's life and sprung his noose around the young sage's neck. By accident or fate, the noose mistakenly landed around the Shivalingam, and out of it, Shiva emerged in all his fury, attacking Yama for his act of aggression. After defeating Yama in battle to the point of death, Shiva then revived him, under the condition that the youth would live forever. For this act, Shiva was thereafter known also as Kalantaka. Thus, Mahamrutyunjaya Stotra is also attributed to Markandeya. The second Chiranjeevi is Ashwathama. On the last night of the Mahabharata war, after Duryodhana's defeat, Ashwathama attacked the Pandav camp and killed Draupadi's 5 sons, the Upapandavas, mistaking them to be the Pandavas. When he realized his mistake, Ashwathama went to sage Vedavyasa's ashram to seek salvation. On seeing the Pandavas approach him, Ashwathama invoked the Brahmastra. Arjun also invoked Brahmastra, which he received from Dronacharya. On seeing the two powerful astras heading for collision that would result in the total destruction of the entire earth, sage Vyas stopped these divine weapons from colliding. He asked both the warriors to withdraw their respective weapons. Arjun was able to do so, but Ashwathama could not, as Dronacharya did not teach his son how to withdraw it. Ashwathama then directed the weapon towards the womb of Uttara, wife of Abhimanyu, who was carrying Abhimanyu's son Parikshit, in an attempt to end the lineage of the Pandavas. Krishna used his Sudarshan Chakra to stop the Brahmastra and save Uttara's unborn child. Angered by this cowardly act, Lord Krishna cursed Ashwathama that he will roam alone like a ghost till the end of Kalyug and never die. His body will suffer from a host of incurable diseases, forming sores and ulcers that would never heal. It is believed that in Kalyug, his name will be Suryakanta. At the end of Kalyug, Ashwathama is to meet Sri Kalki, the 10th and final avatar of Lord Vishnu. The third Chiranjeevi is Bali Chakravarti. Bali, an Asura, was the son of Devamba and Virochana. He grew up under the protection of his grandfather Prahlad. Bali succeeded his grandfather as the king of Asuras and expanded his kingdom, bringing the entire world and heaven under his rule, which he snatched from Indra and the Devas. The Devas, after their defeat, approached Vishnu and prayed him to restore their lordship over heaven. In heaven, Bali, on the advice of his guru Shukracharya, had begun the Ashwamedha Yajna so as to maintain his rule over the 3 worlds. Vishnu, meanwhile, had adopted the avatar of Vamana, a small Brahmin boy, and approached Bali and requested a grant of land, only as much land as he could cover with his 3 steps. Despite the warnings of his advisor, Bali granted this boon. Vamana then grew to an immense size and with his first step traversed all of the earth and the underworld. With his second step, he covered heaven. Admitting defeat and seeing that Vamana has no more room for his last step, Bali offered his own head as a stepping stone. At this time, the Asuras spoke out in protest, but Bali silenced them and explained that all living and non living things are of his creation, and so it was his right to have them back. Lord Vishnu, seeing the devotion of Mahabali, blessed him and raised to him to Sutala, the supreme position in heaven. The fourth Chiranjeevi is Kripa. Also known as Kripacharya, he was military guru of the princes in the Mahabharata. He fought in the great battle of Kurukshetra for the Kaurava side. Afterwards, he was appointed to be the teacher of Parikshit, the grandson of Arjun. He was known for his impartiality and loyalty for his kingdom. He is one of the immortals who are to remain alive throughout the present age, the Kalyug. The fifth Chiranjeevi is Parshuram. The sixth avatar of Vishnu, Parshuram was the master of all astras, shastras, and divine weapons. Parshuram is unique in that although he is the sixth avatar of Vishnu, as an immortal, he has also lived to see the subsequent incarnations of Vishnu in Ram, Krishna, and Buddha. Parshuram played an important role in both the Ramayana and Mahabharata. The Kalki Puran writes that he will re-emerge at the end as the martial guru of Kalki. He will then instruct the final avatar to undertake penance to receive celestial weaponry required to save mankind at end time. The sixth Chiranjeevi is Hanuman. Shortly after he is crowned emperor upon his return to Ayodhya, Ram decides to ceremoniously reward all his well-wishers. Seeing Hanuman, an overwhelmed Ram embraces him, declaring that he could never adequately repay Hanuman for the help and services. Sita, however, gives him a necklace of precious stones adorning her neck. Hanuman immediately starts to break open each stone. Many of those present demand to know why he is destroying the precious gift. Hanuman answers that he was looking into the stones to make sure that Ram and Sita are in them, because if they are not, the necklace is of no value to him. At this, a few mock Hanuman, saying his love for Ram and Sita could not possibly be as deep as he implies. In response, Hanuman tears his chest open and everyone is stunned to see Ram and Sita literally in his heart. After several years, the time arrived for Ram to depart to Vaikunta. Hanuman requested from Ram that he will remain on earth as long as Ram's name was chanted by people. Sita granted his wish that his image would be installed at various public places so he could listen to people chanting Ram's name. He is one of the immortals of Hinduism. According to legend, Hanuman is one of the four people who have heard the Bhagavad Gita from Krishna and seen his Vishwarupa. The other three being Arjun, Sanjay, and Barbarik, a son of Ghatotkacha. The seventh Chiranjeevi is Vibhishan. Younger half-brother of Ravan, though a Rakshas himself, Vibhishan was of a noble character and advised Ravan, who kidnapped and abducted Sita, to return her to her husband Ram. When his brother did not listen to his advice, Vibhishan joined Ram's army. In the Lanka war, Vibhishan's knowledge about the secrets of Lanka proved invaluable to Sri Ram. Vibhishan freely shared many secrets that became key to the success of Ram's attack. Because of this, however, Vibhishan is also known as a traitor. Later, he was crowned king of Lanka after Ravan was killed by Ram and turned his subjects from the path of evil to the path of dharma. He stands for righteousness. When Sri Ram was about to leave Ayodhya at the end of his rule, Lord Ram, in his original form of Sri Vishnu, ordered Vibhishan to stay on earth and serve the people and guide them to the path of truth and dharma. Vibhishan is not a true Chiranjeevi, as his boon of longevity is to remain on earth only until the end of Treta Yuga. The eighth Chiranjeevi is Vyas, a sage who narrated the Mahabharata. He is also known as Ved Vyas. He was the son of Rishi Prashar and grandson of Rishi Vashisht. He is the author of the Mahabharata as well as a character in it and is considered to be the scribe of both the Vedas and Puranas. Some 18 chapters of Vyas Jaya constitute the Bhagavad Gita, the sacred text of the Hindus. The festival of Guru Purnima is dedicated to him. It is also known as Vyas Purnima, for it is the day believed to be both his birthday and the day he divided the Vedas into 4 parts. Vyas was born in almost last of Treta Yuga, lived to see the whole Dwapar Yuga and Kal Yuga. Greatly disturbed by the violence in today's world, he is said to have retreated from society into some remote village in northern India. Thank you for watching. For more such content, please subscribe and support us.